Jay here, Stretford Paddock. This is the Paper Talk. As you can see, I'm in my kitchen. We're not live, but do get involved in the chat and the comments. Also, in terms of the weather, it's pretty sunny in sunny Salford. I'm in my shorts and t-shirts, so there you go. You might not need your Parkers. Obviously, it's game day today, or game night. United away at Crystal Palace later on this evening. And as always, we've got injury issues. Before I get into that, though, make sure you are hitting like, share, and subscribe when it gets to 750,000 subscribers by the end of the season. And with your support, yes, we can get there. The latest one on the injury list is Harry Maguire. It never ends, does it? Especially with Manchester United centre-backs. There was a sort of a story that broke yesterday, and the club announced it as well, that Harry Maguire has sustained an injury that will rule him out, for about 3 weeks. I mean, the amount of injuries United have got, especially at centre-back, is ridiculous. I think we're missing Varane, missing basically all the centre-backs, including players like Willy Camboala, who came in as a sort of backup to the backup, and then he get injured. Even Johnny Evans was sort of meant to be here for, I think originally, we thought he was going to be here for some friendlies, gets a contract, does very well when he plays, but suffers with this injury curse. Can we call it an injury curse? I think we can. I think we're at the stage now where you can say this is actually a bit of a curse. Now, some people will say it's the manager's fault, it's training, it's all this other stuff. Unless you're there, you don't know. I don't know if you can blame all this on training and the manager. I know people don't like to use this word in football, but I'm going to use it anyway. Sometimes it's just bad luck. Look at Lisandro Martinez injury, of course, against West Ham. That wasn't anything to do with training. The West Ham player fell on him. It's just bad luck. It's just unlucky. Now, we know he's not the only one. Obviously, there's others as well. And you might want to look into what is going on. I'm sure the club will be looking at it as well. But it's just beyond a joke now, isn't it? And I don't even know what the centre-back partnership is going to be tonight. I don't know whether he's going to have to do something like play Sofian Amrabat at left-back and maybe move one of the full-backs into centre-back alongside Casemiro. So you could have I don't know, Delo and Casemiro as your centre-backs with Wan-Bissaka and Amrabat as your full-backs. Or you might even try Amrabat at centre-back. Or you might try someone else. I don't know. I'm picking Amrabat. I know he's played in defence before. I think he's played at left-back. He might decide to give Scott McTominay or someone a go there, or whoever. I don't even know if he's fit at the minute. I don't know if anyone's fit. But it's pretty drastic. Get involved in the chat and the comments and let us know what you think. What do you think as well? Would you play in defence? What are the options? Opens Erik Ten Hag. I mean, he's running out of a minute. He's sort of his 5th, 6th, 7th choice defenders are all dropping. It's ridiculous. Another story doing the rounds. This is from last night. Excuse me. Sky Sports were reporting this. It said Bayern Munich have placed Erik Ten Hag on a new list of possible successors to Thomas Tuchel, but his focus is steadfastly on Manchester United. So looks like Bayern Munich has just have this list. Excuse me. We know that Ralf Rangnick apparently was approached and he didn't want to go there. It says here that Ten Hag has communicated to his people that his sole focus is on finishing this season strongly with the Old Trafford side, who still wants to secure European football and win the FA Cup. Doesn't surprise me that Ten Hag's on their list. People may look at it and go, well, he's had a bit of a stinking season. Why would Bayern Munich want him? There's not even a guarantee that Ineos want him to stay on at United. But he's a manager who's obviously got connections to Bayern Munich. He was there, wasn't he, years ago, as part of Pep's team, I think. He was, even up to 7 or 8 months ago, one of the most respected coaches in world football. I think he's still respected, but when he came to United from Ajax, he was like the flavour of the month. He was the one that everyone was like, look, this is the coach you should get. He's the obvious choice for a reason because of what he'd done at Ajax. That first season at United didn't do him any harm at all, finishing 3rd and winning a trophy. And this season, especially with all the injuries, other clubs might look and go, look, this guy's got a good squad. And you back him properly or you give him the tools, he can do a very good job. So it wouldn't surprise me if Bayern Munich came in for him. Also, as well, look at the players he'll have at his disposal. Bayern Munich are going to be challenging next season. Whether they win the title or not, they're going to be challenging. Now, you'd expect them. So you'd always expect Bayern Munich to win the title. You don't know what's going to happen at Leverkusen. If Leverkusen lose some of their key players, maybe things change in the Bundesliga. I know that Alonso is obviously going to stay. If he can keep hold of much of his squad, they'll fancy retaining that. Let's not forget Dortmund did that. When Dortmund won it, they retained it. And I think since then, it's been completely Bayern Munich. Now, a lot of the smart money will be, well, by Leverkusen, will get all the best players, will get cherry picks, which is eventually what happens at Dortmund. And then that'll be the end of that. Bayern Munich will do what they always do, and they'll, get the title back, and then they'll probably win it for the next 10 years. But There's lots of ifs and buts and maybes. It wouldn't surprise me if Bayern Munich did go big in the summer and brought in a new manager and just went for it. And they could look at Erik ten Hag as someone who, if you give him a good enough squad, he could get them challenging again. Don't know. Let me know what you think. Would you be gutted if Bayern Munich did get Erik ten Hag, or would you be like, well, okay, that's not the end of the world? I personally would. I want to see him stay next season. I want to see him being given a chance under Ineos. Let me know in the chat and the comments what you think about that, whether you think Erik ten Hag would even go to Bayern Munich. He's not said he's going to, and there's no concrete proof that he's the only one they want. Obviously, there's a list, and he's one of them, but who knows? Another story doing the rounds. Obviously, where would we be without a Jadon Sancho story? This is in The Guardian. It's been reported elsewhere. Man United have met with Jadon Sancho during loan. Erik ten Hag reveals club officials have held discussions with Sancho in Dortmund. Manager may try to resolve dispute with player in the closed season. Goes on to say there, United have met with Sancho, with ten Hag revealing his dispute with the forward will be resolved in the closed season. And then obviously his little quote here from Erik ten Hag. He says, asked about what's going on. He says, we are close in that process. We are visiting games. We will not say all the games, but we have seen more games from Dortmund where Jadon was performing. We had a visit with him. We talked with him, and we will keep going with this process. Regarding the apology, ten Hag said, there was conflict, and let's finish this season first. So stay away from the issue now. It's not important. He has the return leg of the semi-final, obviously in the Champions League. It's not going in the league. It's not going that well for them. We have 4 important games in the league and the FA Cup final, and we will see. Let me know what you think about Jadon Sancho, because when he had that worldie the other day for Dortmund, there was a lot of noise, people saying, right, bring him back to Old Trafford. Let's get him back. It's not that cut and dried though for me. A, does he even want to come back? B, even if we change the manager, is that the answer to all your problems? Or there's still going to be issues there? Let's not forget, Jadon Sancho's had, I wouldn't say issues, but he's not, for me, performed consistently under any of the United managers he's played under. He was there under Ole. He had a spell under Rangnick, and he's played under Erik ten Hag. And none of them, for me, have been able to get the very best out of Jadon Sancho. Now, I think with Ole, he was carrying a bit of a knot when he first signed, so that might be an excuse there, or reason, I should say. I don't know what you can say about Ralph Rangnick, other than maybe it was just a complete bin fire for everyone, other than perhaps Cristiano Ronaldo, David De Gea during that Rangnick season, and Fred. So do you go, well, look, no one was really doing well under Erik ten Hag. That first season, he went away for 3 months. It looked like that was going to do whatever it needed to do. It comes back, and you've got just the worst relationship I can remember in recent memory between a player and a manager. This is worse than we saw under the likes of Pogba and Mourinho, because at least Pogba was still in the squad and playing. It's that bad. We've had to send Sancho back to Dortmund. Do you want to see him come back to Old Trafford? There's no doubt he's a talented player. No one's disputing that. It's just whether he's cut out for Manchester United. I'll be honest with you. Is he a Manchester United player? Because sometimes players do well at other clubs, smaller clubs, like City and Dortmund. And then when it comes to a big club like United, it's just not for them. I don't know. Let me know what you think. I just hope that something is resolved. Personally, I think it's probably best if he moves on in the summer. You may disagree. Let me know in the chat in the comments. Going to be back later on today with the watch along. Me, Joe Smith, Adam McCullough, Ronaldo Brown. I think Andy Tate joining us. It's going to be a right crew. So make sure you are hitting like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to go and check out the preview. I think our predicted 11s might be a bit wrong following that Maguire news. I've been Jay Motty. This has been the Paper Talk. Thanks for watching.